across now to Kyiv to speak to France 24's Luke Shrago. Luke, what more can you tell us about that Ukrainian strike on Russian troops?
Well, we have been hearing these reports that a Ukrainian strike in the occupied town of Makiivka in eastern Ukraine has killed some 400 people. It's thought that the building was being used as a dormitory to house Russian soldiers and that there was, in fact, an ammunition dump nearby that exploded during the strike. Now, it's not really yet known exactly what's happened. Russian installed authorities there have downplayed it. They've said that there were fewer than 100 casualties, but there are certainly questions being asked. We've seen questions from Russian military bloggers on Telegram. A lot of outrage there about this, with questions being asked: how could they have been storing ammunition nearby? In fact, the theory has been raised that ammunition was being stored in the building itself. So we will be following that as the situation evolves. Now, this follows a third straight day of Russian strikes. Ever since New Year's Eve, they've been repeatedly hitting areas across Ukraine, and in particular the capital here in Kyiv, with drones in particular. 39 targeted Kyiv last night. All of those drones have, in fact, been brought down. We ourselves heard a rather large explosion in the city centre, or at least above it, with Ukrainian air defence bringing those drones down. 22 of them being brought down over the city itself. Now, it goes to show that Ukraine is really beginning to get the experience here with its Western-provided anti-air defence systems, and the help that they're getting from the West. On top of that, the fact that they are managing to get the electricity system back up and running far faster than they have in weeks and months past. It shows, however, that Russia on the other side is trying to keep up the pressure on this really battered energy system, trying to put the pressure on the population here, something that Ukraine has itself qualified as a war crime, the indiscriminate targeting of civilians far from the front lines. Now, it's also questions being asked as just how long Ukraine can continue to cope with this. The population is indeed feeling the pressure in an extremely large way. We've been speaking to people here in the capital. We were at a market just the other day. A lot of them telling us that the numbers are really going down, that there are fewer people around, a little less in the way of disposable income, fewer people making purchases. Now, this is going to show that people are trying to get into safer areas, particularly towards the western Ukraine, particularly those people with families trying to get to safer areas and trying to get out of harm's way, of places that are in the firing line, like the capital city, Kyiv.
Luke Shrago reporting there from Kyiv. Thank you.